Art Alternatives Nation. My name is Reed Nelson. This is Izzy Alcafas. This is This Week in Rec, Sweet 16 edition. We're winter 2015. Emotions were running high tonight. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm used to getting yelled at once a night generally, but tonight it was just a lot. Okay, so we'll start with the game that just finished. Avengers 3 seed take down Fob 5 down to the absolute wire. So let's start with your 3, which put you guys up by 1. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what happened after that? Because your memory's a lot better than mine in this situation.
When I'm playing, it's a little bit tougher. So I hit the 3 to put us up 1, and I can't even remember what happened.
I think Casey missed a 3, or but you guys were up 3 because.
Yeah. So Casey, they missed a 3. We came down, made 2 free throws. Maher made 2 free throws, and then they went down, missed a 3. I think it was an offensive rebound, and then Cody hits a 3 at the top of the key from NBA range. Typical Cody.
Casey misses 2 straight 3s off the front iron. Julius Williamson came down with the board, got it up to Cody from NBA range, and he just sinks it.
You knew it was good.
And then you guys come down, and you were going to call a timeout, but you decided not to. We have a pick-and-roll situation with Stephen Ellis and Chris Maher. Stephen Ellis misses the lay-in. Regenscheid with the put-back for the win.
Yep.
And then John Christensen with the shot that was a pretty decent shot.
Yeah, it was, and we almost fouled. He could have tripped over us because Derek and I got tangled. I hit the deck, and it was right in front of John. He just needed to trip over us and throw a ball up, and they probably would have called it.
A lot of great games tonight, so we're going to skip around a little bit. UOENO Blue Chips. UOENO prevails 56-55. Jess Smith, a lot of big plays at the end, 15.7 boards. You were there. Talk about the ending of this game.
You know, it's not about the ending. Derek and I were sitting down, and we watched the game, and we were right underneath the scoreboard. And every time I look up the score, UOENO's winning, and I look at Derek, I'm like, it feels like the Blue Chip should be up. Every time I look, the Blue Chips are scoring, and UOENO's missing and having to get second chance points. The end of the game, the last play, we were right there. Tony goes up, and Storm goes through and blocks him, and they feel that he got him on the head. Derek and I both thought it was a good no call. I thought he got it clean. Maybe a slight follow through on the head. I'm not sure what Briggs and the bench saw, but what do you expect? Of course they're going to say that.
Well, yeah, and I mean, they were right in front of the play. It looked clean to me as well. There was a play after that, though, I believe. They had another opportunity. Yeah, the Arsenio Richardson.
Arsenio Richardson, yeah.
So they get a beautiful inbound pass, and Arsenio Richardson's just
wide open. He's got the abyss right in front of him, and he just I think it was just one of those things where he knows he doesn't have much time. He doesn't want the clock to run out, so he kind of quickly forces it, and it's just too much.
Would he have? I mean, he had 1.1 seconds, I believe. He'd had time to come down with that basketball.
Well, not even that, but he could have collected it and then put up a nice, easy shot. But I think he caught it and he just got rid of it.
He shot it in midair.
Yeah.
So, those 2 games, wonderful. The other wonderful game that I actually didn't get the honor to see was Bulls over Guerrillas in overtime, 84-77. Talk about this game. Do you feel as though there was a questionable no call at the end? Do you feel like Bryant was fouled by Mike Franklin at the end of regulation?
Oh yeah, he fouled him for sure. But do you make that call? It's one of those things where it's got to be egregious. I don't think it was egregious, but he definitely did foul him from my seat. I don't mind the no call. I guess I don't think it's that big of a deal. I'm a big believer in you should have won the game in regulation. You shouldn't leave it up to a ref making a call last second. We should have done enough to win that game. We were down 15 points with maybe 8 to 10 minutes left. And these teams are too good to just lollygag and then turn it on. We tried to do it, and once again, it was just too late.
I saw the replay. I believe we have it. It's on Aaron's phone. It did not look like a foul to me from my angle. So Dudinsky, 26 points on 11 of 16 shooting, 3 of 7 from the three-point line. So let's go down the line now here. Goodfellas easily take care of the Muskies, 79-52. Antoine Lynch, 21 points, 13 boards. How'd the Goodfellas look in this game?
I'm not sure. I came late, but the Muskies were no Hazen and no Luke. Luke Samus was missing for both games. That's a huge loss. I mean, Fob really missed him tonight, and the Muskies definitely did. It's tough to beat any team without two good guards.
Rebels 76, Shockers 59, DuPont 25 points, 5 of 10 from the three-point line. Rebels cruised by the Shockers for the second time in 3 weeks, I believe.
Tough draw. It's just a tough draw. I mean, tough matchup for them. They need to play a perfect game, and it's tough to play a perfect game in the playoffs.
The other good game, Warriors beat the Squires 63-60. Hoyle 18 points and 7 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from the three-point line. This, I heard, was quite the game again. I did not see it.
I was playing. I think that was the other 7:30 game, so I wasn't able to watch it either. I kind of was taking glimpses. The scores were similar in terms of the deficit with a minute left between both teams. I would have loved to have seen what happened, but I just missed the entire game because I was playing.
I believe the Squires had multiple chances at a three-pointer, and they weren't able to sink that. I don't think we have a replay for that one, though. Okay, off constantly takes care of the Crusaders. Not an issue there. They're going to be very difficult to beat when they're at full strength like they were tonight.
Yeah. I mean, they're a tough team. The issue is going to be, it's good for them that they're on the opposite ends of the brackets with the Rebels, so that's not going to be an issue. I think they're on the opposite ends. No, they're not. So the Goodfellas is going to be an interesting game because
Final
now
four, yeah.
Ryan and Garland will probably pick, and I'm assuming they go with the Goodfellas. The Goodfellas have earned it. They've been around longer, and they kind of got gypped last season, so maybe they play with them. But it is a tough team. I mean.
The Barracudas played very well tonight. 69-58. They lose by 11. They were down, 15-16 at times. They were within 3 to 5 at times. Just not enough in the end. Mark Bittner goes 22 points on 7-11 from the field. A good effort by the Barracudas, but sock thumpers with 6 guys tonight, just too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I heard there's a Jersey Tech debacle.
Well, not really. I mean, we give the players the option, and this was announced preseason. This was announced before last season. We give the players an option. If they want to purchase the jersey at the table, they can. Jerseys are for sale at both Bloomington South and Fridley, as well as nationwide, for $34.99.
Why do you turn on your infomercial voice? Just talk normal.
Well, $34.99. They're available, and they're really nice. So, okay, let's talk matchups for tonight's games in Fridley. Tonight's matchups will be in Fridley. The number 1 seeded Goodfellas, the 9th seeded UOENOs. That's, I think, should be their name from now on. Prediction.
Yeah, I mean, I predicted the Blue Chips to beat UOENO, and they proved otherwise. I think it's another. I mean, the Goodfellas are better than the Blue Chips, so I assume UOENO squeaking by the Blue Chips. I don't think the Goodfellas will have as much trouble putting them away as they did. I mean, Blue Chips. The score was low, but UOENO got a lot of good looks. They got every shot they took was pretty much uncontested. Storm actually, I think, struggled from the field. Every time I looked up, he was missing a shot, but they were good looks. So I think the Goodfellas should take that one relatively easily, even though it's a home game for UOENO playing in Fridley.
True. Rebels 2 seed, Bulls 7 seed. Should be an interesting game.
Awesome matchup. Wiskus and Dudinsky. It's a tough duo. Dudinsky just absolutely murdered us tonight, and the Rebels don't really have anybody that can guard him. I'm assuming Jansen's going to be on Wiskus. I don't think Ferber can really guard Grant. Grant's just too crafty. Ferber's a better help defender than he is kind of a lockdown on-man defender. Kloby can't guard him. Epple's not going to be able to guard him. So it'll be interesting to see how they approach Dudinsky. Maybe they move Jansen on Dudinsky and slide maybe like DuPont on Wiskus, but then they go undersized everywhere else. Who does Kloby guard? Who does, it's going to be really interesting how Joe draws it up. His game plan is really going to dictate who wins that game. I honestly feel that way because the Bulls have mismatches across the board if the Rebels switch up matchups and kind of shift their better defenders on Wiskus and Dudinsky. Yeah. Why are you smiling?
Well, I'm just looking forward to the game. It's going to be a fun game. And plus, I love that Joe sends the scouting reports from Nevada. Yeah. So I love that. So, okay, 3-seeded Avengers, 11th-seeded Warriors. I believe a rematch from earlier in the season, which the Avengers won. By two. Who do you have in this game and why? Well, actually, who did you have in the last game and why? You never gave me a prediction.
Oh, Rebels Bulls?
Yeah.
God, I picked the Rebels to win it, so I got to keep rolling with the Rebels.
Okay, 3-seeded Avengers, 11-seeded Warriors.
This is a good game. The Avengers pulled it off last time. But, the Warriors are big. They got Chase. They got Emmanuel's a big player. Jake's big. It's a tough team to match up against. If they play together, they can win a Gold Cup. If they let the game get out of hand and it turns into shambles, they can lose by 30. Tonight they kept it together and they beat a really good Squires team. It's tough to pick against your team in toss-up games. I think this is a toss-up game. I can see the Warriors winning. I can see the Avengers winning. I'll stick with my guys and predict the Avengers to win. But I would say that this is going to be a 4-point game either way.
The 4-seeded Sock Thumpers have to go to Fridley on a Thursday. Play 5th-seeded off constantly. Any chance?
No chance. You can't trust them. They I think they had 6 tonight.
They had 6 tonight.
They're going to have 5 or 4 tomorrow. They're not bringing 6 tomorrow.
But can you trust off constantly though? They've had 4.
Because the Rebels are going to be there. There's 3 guys. Mm-hmm. Bryant lives down the road. There's 4. Ryan, Samuelson, Garland will be there. That's 6. That's 5 and 6 because they're playing with the Goodfellas. So really, you got James, who's got nothing better to do on a Thursday night. Trust me. Well, depending on what you think better is. So Mike might have a different opinion on that. And then Kurt's the only guy that might not be there, but it's playoff basketball, so maybe he'll show up.
So an electric night here tonight. Tomorrow night is, I believe, the best night of basketball of the season. The Elite Eight. You got 4 great matchups. Tomorrow night will be fun. Fridley. Stay tuned to the website for game times. They should be posted by the time this is up. So we will see you tomorrow night.